Hi guys, welcome back to another eBay video. I'm going to share with you a case about buyer not recognizing the transaction, so they file a claim or a payment dispute. In this situation, you, the seller, have already shipped the item and have the tracking proof that it was delivered to them. On April 12th of this year, 2023, a buyer had made a purchase from me and I shipped it out to them on April 12th, the same day. And I also uploaded a tracking number. That was a couple months ago. When it got delivered, you can see now I'm going to the actual shipping carrier's website to track the package. You can see that on April 26th, it was delivered at 9:23 a.m. However, the buyer on the same day, April 26th, 5:36 p.m., opened up a payment dispute claim. So this is not an eBay case where they're saying they didn't receive the item. This is a payment dispute case that they file with their financial institution or payment institution, and they claim that the buyer did not recognize the transaction. So sometimes you see this happen and you think, oh, this could be a scam, like the buyer's trying to keep the item and try to get their money back by claiming they don't recognize the transaction. But it's not always the case that it's a scam. Sometimes the buyer really didn't recognize it, or they don't know who made the order on their card. I found that extremely odd because after the package was delivered, they opened up this payment dispute on the same day delivered to them. So I have to respond to them. It says eBay will say that your funds are on hold due to payment dispute. So they're going to take that money and hold it now until it's resolved. So what you have to do with the dispute is, because I had tracking information submitted, I was then able to submit challenge the dispute. And basically I explained to eBay that the shipment had already been successfully delivered to the recipient before they opened this payment dispute. And I have proof here, and I uploaded the tracking information, and when they actually look at, as well as a screenshot. So when they actually look at the tracking information, they should see that it was delivered to them. Here's how it looks again. So payment dispute details. The buyer did not recognize the transaction. The only thing as a seller that's very important for you to do is to make sure you ship things with full tracking information, so that in the case these kinds of things arise, you have proof that you delivered the items to them. So the dispute was opened on April 26th, and exactly 2 months later, on June 26th, I got a response from the dispute case, and they closed it saying the payment institution has decided to side with the buyer. So eBay refunded the buyer for the dispute amount and deducted the funds from you. Now, if you disagree with the outcome and are eligible for eBay seller protection, you can appeal this decision. So of course, I remained calm, and I knew that I'm going to appeal this decision. And once I appealed it, I submitted the information once again, because what happens sometimes is the eBay reviewer might look up the tracking information on the eBay website, and sometimes eBay website doesn't actually track the packages. To explain it quickly, basically some tracking numbers have a dash or a hyphen in them. If that's what you put in the tracking, eBay won't recognize it, and so it won't show up. So when a reviewer takes a look at the tracking information on eBay site, it's going to show no progress. So it's not going to show that it was delivered. What you have to tell them is they need to see the tracking information on the shipping carrier's actual website itself, not on eBay. So give them the link to the actual tracking information, give them the actual tracking number, and when I submitted that again this time in my appeal, they responded back to me in 24 hours, and they said that they reviewed my appeal and has decided to protect you for this dispute. So you have received your refund for this dispute. No further action is needed from you at this point. They're not going to take that money out of your account. So the payment institution has decided to side with the buyer. However, eBay has granted the dispute appeal in your favor, and a refund has been issued to your account for this dispute. So as long as you show to them that you actually shipped out the package and it was successfully delivered to the buyer, you will most likely get your cases reversed, the results reversed if it was not in your favor originally. So here in my messages you can see that your appeal for payment dispute has been granted, good news, issue has been resolved, refund has been processed, and they actually write to you from customer support. It basically says that tracking shows the item was already delivered to the buyer. So they appreciate the time that I took to bring this to their attention. I saw that the tracking you provided for this transaction, and there's proof that the item was already delivered to the buyer last April 26, 2023. Because of this, we decided to grant you appeal. So with this, I'm glad to let you know that I'm granting your appeal and you will be processed a refund back to your account. You have nothing to worry about as this issue has been resolved. So that's basically how it goes. When you go through a case where your buyer is going to open up a payment dispute, this is not a case on eBay they're opening up, but they're actually filing a case with their payment institution. So it could be like with their bank or PayPal or some other payment institution, and they open a dispute, and then it takes a couple of months to resolve it because it's through the banks or the financial institutions, not eBay itself. eBay is waiting for the payment institution to come up with their final decision. Under the seller protection program, eBay covers you if you can provide them proof that you shipped the item successfully to them. If you got any questions, feel free to comment down below. I'll do my best to answer them. And I hope this helps anyone out there. Hopefully helps buyers and sellers alike. So until next time.